Remove these 5 toxic workplace habits before it's too late. Here's the truth nobody wants to admit. You might be sabotaging your own career right now, and you don't even realize it. I'm not talking about showing up late or missing deadlines. I'm talking about those sneaky, normalized behaviors that everyone does but nobody talks about. The habits that seem harmless in the moment but are quietly destroying your reputation, your mental health, and your future opportunities. Today, we're exposing 5 toxic workplace habits that you need to remove from your life immediately. And trust me, at least one of these is going to hit close to home. Let's get into it. First up, workplace gossip. And before you say, I don't gossip, let me ask you this. Have you ever talked about a coworker when they weren't in the room? Complained about someone's work style? Shared harmless information about office drama? That's gossip. Here's why it's toxic. Gossip destroys trust faster than almost anything else. When you participate in it, you're not just damaging the person you're talking about, you're damaging yourself. Because here's what everyone's thinking when you gossip to them. If they're talking about others like this, what are they saying about me? The research backs this up. Studies show that workplace gossip creates hostile environments, increases stress levels, and actually tanks team performance. And here's the kicker. People who gossip regularly are perceived as less trustworthy and less promotable by leadership. So what do you do instead? If you have a legitimate concern about someone's behavior, address it directly with them or escalate it properly to management. If it's not important enough to do that, it's not important enough to talk about. Remove gossip from your life. Your reputation will thank you. Number 2, chronic multitasking. We wear multitasking like a badge of honor. Oh, I had 3 meetings while responding to emails and finishing that report. Sounds productive, right? Wrong. Multitasking is a myth. What you're actually doing is task switching, and every time you switch, your brain needs time to refocus. Studies from Stanford University found that people who multitask regularly perform worse on cognitive tasks than those who focus on one thing at a time. Think about it. When was the last time you were in a meeting while scrolling through emails, and you actually retained everything from both? You didn't. You were half present for both and fully present for neither. Here's what multitasking really costs you. Quality drops, mistakes increase, and projects take longer. That efficient multitasking is actually making you less productive and more stressed. The fix? Time blocking. Dedicate specific chunks of time to specific tasks. When you're in a meeting, close your laptop. When you're writing a report, silence Slack. Give your full attention to one thing at a time. Your work quality will skyrocket, and ironically, you'll get more done in less time. Habit number 3, skipping breaks. How many times have you worked through lunch, convinced you're being productive, or gone hours without standing up from your desk? Here's the brutal truth. Skipping breaks doesn't make you a hard worker. It makes you an inefficient one. Your brain isn't designed to focus intensely for 8 straight hours. Research shows that taking regular breaks actually improves focus, creativity, and decision-making. The brain needs downtime to process information and consolidate memories. But here's where it gets really serious. Chronic break skipping leads to burnout. And burnout doesn't just make you tired, it tanks your immune system, increases your risk of heart disease, and can lead to serious mental health issues like anxiety and depression. Companies like Microsoft and Google have studied this extensively. They found that employees who take regular breaks are more productive, more creative, and less likely to leave the company. So here's your new rule. Take a real lunch break away from your desk. Stand up and move every hour. And when you're exhausted, rest. Don't just push through with another coffee. Breaks aren't a luxury. They're a requirement for sustained high performance. Number 4, saying yes to everything. This one's tough because saying yes feels good. It makes you seem helpful, committed, and like a team player. But here's what nobody tells you. Saying yes to everything is actually saying no to your own priorities, your boundaries, and your sanity. When you're overcommit, everything suffers. You can't give your best work to anything because you're spread too thin. You miss deadlines, quality drops, and you end up looking unreliable, the exact opposite of what you were going for. And let's talk about resentment. When you constantly say yes when you want to say no, that frustration builds up. You start resenting your coworkers, your boss, maybe even your job. Not because they're asking too much, but because you're not protecting your bandwidth. The most successful people aren't the ones who do everything. They're the ones who are strategic about what they commit to. Here's how to fix this. Before saying yes, pause. Ask yourself, does this align with my priorities? Do I actually have the time and energy to do this well? What will I have to sacrifice to take this on? And here's a script that works. I appreciate you thinking of me for this. Let me check my current workload and get back to you. That gives you time to evaluate without the pressure of an immediate response. Learn to say no, or your calendar will be full of other people's priorities instead of your own. And finally, habit number 5, never disconnecting. Checking emails at 10 p.m. Responding to Slack messages on weekends. Being available 24/7. You might think this makes you dedicated, but here's what it actually does. It signals that you don't have boundaries, which means people won't respect them. It also creates an unsustainable pace that will lead to burnout faster than almost anything else on this list. There's a concept called cognitive spillover, where work stress bleeds into your personal time and prevents your brain from truly resting. When you never disconnect, you're constantly in low-level work mode. You're never fully present with family, friends, or even yourself. And from a career perspective, people who never disconnect often plateau. Why? Because rest is where creativity happens. The insights, the big picture thinking, the innovative solutions, those don't come from grinding 24/7. They come from a well-rested brain. Set boundaries. Turn off notifications after work hours. Establish an email curfew. Communicate your working hours to your team. And here's the important part, respect other people's boundaries too. Don't send non-urgent messages outside work hours. You are not your job. And protecting your personal time isn't selfish. It's essential for long-term success. So there you have it, 5 toxic workplace habits that are holding you back. Gossip destroys trust. Multitasking kills quality. Skipping breaks leads to burnout. Saying yes to everything spreads you too thin. And never disconnecting prevents real rest. Here's your challenge. Pick one of these habits to eliminate this week. Just one. You don't have to overhaul everything at once. Small changes compound. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more no-nonsense career advice. Drop a comment and let me know which habit you're committing to removing. Remember, your habits shape your future. Choose them wisely. See you in the next video.